darker, and this is all natural wax again, but it's dark because they have cocoons that they build inside the honeycomb to hatch baby bees. So the darker the comb, the more bees have hatched out of it.
Wow. And I see a heart shape. Beautiful. And then Judy, are you putting them in a new order or the same order?
No, exactly the same order.
Mm-hmm. The bees will appreciate that.
And see how calm they are? So this is a frame that I added yes, 2 days ago. It has new capped brood from another hive, and if you look in the cells, there's larvae.
Oh, okay.
And so they'll turn into new baby bees. And this side's a little bit darker. They're a little bit older. This is to encourage Charlotte to lay. And I'm looking for her right now.
And there's somebody right here that
feeding
has their
feeding
butt.
one
Okay.
of the feeding one of the larvae.
Okay.
So there's some little bit of capped honey around the outside. See how it's a different color? And the other stuff's yellow and papery. And then towards the bottom of the frame over here, it's a little bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
The darker it gets, the closer to hatching.
Excellent.
So they become brand new nurse bees who will feed the larva. So I have to make sure, until Charlotte's laying eggs really, really good, that I keep a constant supply of unhatched brood in there.
Wow, beautiful.
So see how dark those are? They're almost ready to hatch. And
so this is a nurse bee right here that's
Yes.
feeding a little baby in there.
yes, it is.
Oh, and is this one just being born right here?
No, they come
Oh,
out
okay.
head first. There's
I think, isn't that one under here? Maybe not.
no, but let me find a newly hatched baby running around. They look like furry teddy bears.
Oh, look for some furry teddy bears, everyone.
And they're little. They're right here. See how
Oh,
furry it is?
yes. Hi, cutie.
Okay, so Charlotte's not on this side.
Super calm.
There's one hatching right there.
Where?
Right there.
Okay, happy birthday, little one.
And see how it's got like white scales on its eyes?
Uh-huh.
So they're born blind, and then those little scales will pop off.
Hi, little baby.
See how it's
right in there.
Yep, see how it looks like white?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's blind, and then the little scales will pop off, and then they have their dark eyes revealed. It's to protect their eyes. There she is.
We have the queen,
Right?
Charlotte.
Queen
there
Charlotte,
she
right
is.
there.
She's a big girl right there. She's got a little bit of like a black round.
But look how beautiful she is. So see how she's got, her body's got bigger.
Welcome, Queen Charlotte.
And see these little tiny ones, how attentive they are?
Yes.
And I'm looking in this lovely sunshine for some eggs. So we're going to keep her in the same position.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I know where she is, I'm going to make sure that I keep her over the hive so any bees that drop will stay in there.
Yep. Because we don't want to accidentally drop the queen. And
no, we don't.
she's the
See, there's more hatching here on this frame.
more babies.
More babies right here. This whole frame should hatch out today, which means there'll be more bees in here to take care of everybody.
Excellent.
See right in here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
it's the moment right now for lots of
see
these.
here, this is hatch day.
How exciting.
So it's a lot of birthdays today.
Hooray. Now, the queens can lay up to 2,000 or even 2,500 eggs per day.
Normally
So-
about 2,000.
Okay.
You know, between 1,000 to 2,000. New queens, when
Uh-huh.
they start, they won't. They
Lay
only
that much.
They only lay enough eggs that the bees can take care of. Because the nurse bees have to be able to feed that larva, and if the queen lays too many eggs and there's not enough bees in the hive,
Yep.
well then they won't survive. So the queens, they monitor that.
Great. That's why I'm not a queen.
And this is all new comb that they've built on the frame. And so because we have some blank ones, we'll be able to follow on hive checks how well they're doing with their frame. They build it. I thought I saw an egg. They build it as they go, just what they need. They don't build too much because it takes 8 pounds of honey to make 1 frame of wax.
Wow.
So it takes a lot of energy just to get this far. And that's nectar that they're putting away so that they can feed each other.
And so just to clarify for everyone else, about how many bees do you think are moving up here today?
Today, about 9,000, 18,000. We probably have about 1,500 to 20,000 bees.
15,000 to 20,000 bees. Okay. And so
And
that's
they will
usually
grow
a
fast. Like today on that one frame, there's 9,600 cells on one side.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
So they will hatch out, and 2/3 of that is brood. And so remembering about 1,000 to 2,000 eggs a day, worker bees are a 21-day cycle. So you're going to have about 1,500 to 2,000 hatching each day. So you'll have a new hatch each day.
Yes.
And in the afternoon is when the newbies do their orientation thing. So when we open the hive up again, they'll start to do. See, they're starting to work out where they are.
Yep.
They're like, well, this doesn't look like home.
Now this is beautiful. This is their homemade.
Yep, this is homemade. And that's why I have a variety
I
of
love
frames so that you can see how they make the wax.
That's so beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous? But notice how calm these bees are.
Super calm.
They're carniolan honeybees. They are very, very gentle, and they do really well in the cold and the wet.
Which is good for Kodiak.
And so again, I have one of those empty frames.
Yes. So this is different because, just to let people know, this is wax. I'm sorry, this is plastic, black plastic, and then they're putting their wax on top.
Well, this one is actually waxed. It is waxed. I've used
But you did.
a comb that I've recovered from the honey process, and it smells like honey.
Great.
You
That's
smell
going to
that, smell
encourage
that.
them. Let's smell it. Oh my gosh, it smells awesome.
So that attracts.
Wow.
So putting the wax on gets them started, so they build straight comb, and then the smell also.
Oh gosh, that smells wonderful.
So I have
Super sweet.
I'm going to put one extra frame in here. They don't really like these wax frames, but I do
Nope.
use them in an emergency for spaces.
Okay.
And so that's what we're going to do on either side. And we have an empty spot here. And so when the bees go back to the hive at my place, the loose bees, once they go into the hive at nighttime, they'll be on one of these frames, and I'll just bring that frame up and I'll just pop in here tonight so that they're locked in with these other bees.
Excellent. Okay.
So we're going to pop the lid on now. Oh, where's their lid? Aha.
Come on over, Arnell. She's actually putting the lid on.
And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to actually shake some of these bees. I'll let them land on stuff and get their bearings, and they'll smell the queen and they'll actually start to come over here.
Yep.
So I'm going to put some food on there.
So there's someone else that I want to introduce, and this is Arnell. Hi, Arnell.
Hi.
So he is one of our volunteers at the library, and he painted the most beautiful bee rocks that you can find when you do our bee scavenger hunt. And he's also going to be videoing some of our hive checks. So welcome. Come on.
Thank you.
So they'll start to smell the food. We feed them sugar, 1-to-1 syrup, 1 part sugar, 1 part water, so that they can build wax in the springtime and summer.
Okay.
And also new hives. And sometimes we get a thing called death, where the flowers stop producing nectar.
Uh-huh.
So we need to feed them then, or the bees starve.
Okay.
That's when they eat all their honey.
Okay.
When the flowers aren't producing nectar.
Okay. So right now,
There's plenty of nectar with the salmon berries and a lot of the wildflowers.
Mhm.
And I can tell by the color of the pollen that comes in what flowers the bees are on.
so I noticed a lot of pale yellow on their knees when we were at your house. What would that be from, do you think?
It could be like the Indian paintbrush.
Okay.
It could be some of the fruit trees that are flowering right now.
Okay.
A lot of the bulbs, wild irises actually have the light yellow pollen
Okay.
on the blue flowers.
Great.
Black pollen is poppy, and the blue is like lupine, and when we start get to the aqua color, that's fireweed.
Okay.
So bright orange is dandelion, and they're also still bringing in like a light green from apple, cherry, and the willow. And the alder's here.
Yep.
The alder has a lot of pollen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Excellent.
see how they're starting to come to the entrance. They're getting this worked out. They're all starting to come back here. They've been disturbed, so they're looking for their home. No, I want to get as many of them here as possible, because I'm gonna lock them in.
And the bees are going to be locked up for the next couple of days just so that they can get used to their new home and release some smell into their new box.
And then they'll forget about down the road. But it only takes a day to disorient them, and
Okay.
so if I keep them closed up tonight and tomorrow, and we should be good to release them on Friday.
Excellent. Okay, so that is our update. Is there anything else you wanted to add? We've got the whole summer to add more.
So Lakeview Apiary is really proud to support this project, and we've got a lot of educational opportunities through the library project, which we're really grateful for. And if anybody's interested in beekeeping, we hope they take advantage of this program to learn about what's involved in beekeeping. And if they want to get more involved with it, I will do beekeeping classes, because it is a large expense and it's a lot of work. So you need to be prepared before just jumping in. It's not quite as simple as buy bees in a hive and you're a beekeeper.
Super. There's a lot to know, and you can get your feet wet at the Kodiak Public Library this summer. And thank you so much to our volunteers. Judy's invested a lot of time and energy and equipment into this. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.